and welcome to the Nashville Daily Podcast. I'm Stuart Deming.
And I'm Aaron Pennington.
Worried about recession in Nashville? These 2021 stats may ease your worry.
Which city in Middle Tennessee ranked third in the fastest growing cities in the U.S.? We'll give you a hint. It's not Nashville.
Plus, what are the top things to know when celebrating New Year's in Nashville?
We'll talk about all of this and more on Nashville Daily. Today's episode of Nashville Daily,
I'm texting him right now,
is brought to you by Think Nashville, Think Brad. If you're thinking Nashville, think Brad. And of course, we're talking about Brad Reynolds, who's an amazing real estate agent here in Nashville. He's got you covered. Whether you are selling or buying a home, you can call or text Brad at 615-856-3270. Also, Brad is doing an amazing deal where if you are subscribed to Think Brad, the YouTube channel that he has, as well as Nashville Daily Podcast, and text him at that number, 615-856-3270, then you will be eligible to get some closing costs covered in the upcoming winter season, which I guess we're almost in the winter season here in Nashville. And so if you want to make sure that you get a hold of that deal, subscribe to our both channels, Think Brad and Nashville Daily Podcast, and text Brad that you have done all of this at 615-856-3270. Could save you a ton of money. So go ahead and get on that. Let us know you did it as well. DM us on Instagram at xplr.nash.
So you may be wondering to yourself, is the Middle Tennessee market, specifically Davidson County and the surrounding counties that make up the metropolitan of Nashville, are we thriving right now?
Or recession-proof?
Or are we recession-proof? The answer to both of those, especially the thriving question, is yes. The recession-proof, we have better numbers than most of the country. So yes, we will experience the full impact of recession, but I think it's going to be less of a punch compared to other cities like New York or other major cities.
So we have the data for this. This is coming from the Nashville Business Journal. They said the Nashville's region's economy expanded at more than double the national rate in 2021, according to newly released government data. The GDP figures, the value for all goods and services produced, are the latest gauge of the region's snapback from the recession introduced by the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, plus a lot of other things. GDP for the Nashville metro area and overall, its most populous county, Davidson, it dipped in 2020. I think most people saw that. But it's come roaring back in 2021, according to the newly issued data. All 13 counties in the metro area posted GDP growth in 2021, led by Davidson County of 13.8%. 13.8%.
Four other counties. So I'm just going to take a guess because the Nashville Business Journal doesn't talk about this. Four other counties posted double-digit percent growth. Wilson County, Williamson County, Sumner County, and I'm going to say Rutherford County are the four counties that also had that growth.
So the newly released...
The Business Journal doesn't say that, so that's just me assuming.
Sure. The newly released data from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis come on the heels of notable job growth estimates from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. From October 21 to October 2022, the Nashville metro area added a net of 63,800 jobs. Wow. According to those newly released estimates, that 5.9% gain ranked third among large metro areas in the nation, with populations of 1 million or more. Only Dallas and Houston posted higher percentage growth. Average private sector weekly wages in the region stood at $1,287 as of the second quarter, an increase of 6.7% from that same time in 2021. That's not bad. That's much better than I expected.
Did you read this number? The region's GDP totaled more than $136 billion in 2021.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. This is a little map if you guys are interested in reading more about numbers.
Which is more than double. That was the 12% for this entire region as an average. 5.7% is the nation's real GDP.
So here's a little graph. So I was right about Rutherford County, Williamson County, and I believe Wilson County,
nice.
And probably Sumner County. So you can get deep into this and get lost in these numbers, but there's a little graph if you want to go over to the Nashville Business Journal. But speaking of Rutherford County, there's a city in Rutherford County. It's directly in the middle of the state of Tennessee. And at one point, it was the Tennessee state capital.
Not for long.
Not for long, for a few years, back in the early 1800s. And this is the town of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And according to SmartAsset, this is also coming from the Nashville Business Journal, and then they quoted a article from SmartAsset.
Watch your language.
I'm watching it as much as I can. I maybe need a bar of soap. But they named in a recent study, SmartAsset named Murfreesboro the third fastest growing city in the United States.
Jeez. Would you have guessed
that
in Middle Tennessee, if somebody said one of these cities is the third largest in the nation,
yes,
Murfreesboro would have been your guess?
Yes. Because Murfreesboro's been in the top 5 for the last 3 years in a row.
So they earned that rank. This is coming from the Business Journal as well. Earned that rank for its 5-year increase in housing units, 31.47%, and population growth, 31.72%
growth,
which is just insane.
Wow.
This is over the past. I want to make sure I get the time period correct. 5 years, 31%, over almost 32% population growth in 5 years, which is just absolutely insane.
And it's also found that workers in the city had seen a 41.95% increase in income.
Oh my gosh! In that same period. Good Lord.
Good for Murfreesboro.
In addition to population, housing, and income, the study also analyzed growth in the number of businesses, unemployment rate, and GDP as well. Murfreesboro has recently made headlines with the announcement that Colorado-based Notes Live Incorporated will invest $40 million to build an entertainment campus in the city. Minnesota-based McNeilus Trucking is invested at, we don't think we talked about this, $50 million on a facility in the city, which will create 230 new jobs. And
then it goes down and breaks down Clarksville, which we've talked about with the chem plant and everything happening there. It goes into Lebanon and Wilson County. This is a good time to be in Tennessee. So if you're relocating here, I think you need to contact Brad Reynolds, especially if you're looking for a house. You can call him 615-856-3270.
All right. We got more fun coming your way with Explorer's Nashville tip of the day.
For Explorer's Nashville tip of the day, it's a great day to head to the Nashville Farmers Market. Inside of the Nashville Farmers Market is 16 different ethnic restaurants. There's a Jamaican Way, there's a Mexican place, a Chinese place, there's a pizza place, a barbecue place. I can't say all of their names.
There's ice cream.
Can't remember the names. There's Jenny's Ice Cream. I know that. There's a great
Farmhouse
coffee shop. They have some of the best black sweet tea. It's like this sweet tea that they make. They also do an incredible seasonal coffee that's delicious. And there's a crepe place that's Music City Crepes. That's one of my favorite crepes in town. And what's really cool about this place is there's free parking, so you cannot beat it. But we're going to talk about an event that I have never seen at the Nashville Farmers Market. Maybe this has happened in the years past, but we'll talk about that once we get into the New Year's segment.
There you go. So visit the Farmers Market. Not only are there amazing restaurants there, great park nearby, Tennessee State Park, the free parking, and the amazing vendors at the Farmers Market, which you can get so much great fresh produce, fresh products from all throughout the Middle Tennessee area and even in the Kentucky area and some bordering areas from Middle Tennessee. Go check it out. That is Explorer's Nashville tip of the day.
The other day, I was thinking to myself, wow, my beard is looking kind of like a weird shape right now. It's not looking like the nice circle and round that I wanted. And so I headed over to bowtiebarberclub.com and I booked my beard trim, and she cleaned me all up. Ruth Ann, she takes care of me. She takes care of my beard. She's the only one in Nashville I trust with my beard, and she does a great job. So if you're looking for a haircut, a beard trim, your eyebrows trimmed, your ears waxed, your nose waxed, and other services that they have.
It's the holidays. You're looking to get cleaned up.
So your beard's not misshapen for those holiday events. so you can properly put your ornaments in your beard.
There you go.
At bowtiebarberclub.com.
I'm surprised you haven't done that.
I have
already.
Done it multiple times.
I'm surprised you haven't done it this year.
I think maybe it's coming later this week, guys. It's coming. We're going to have an episode of me with Christmas ornaments in my beard. All right, so New Year's is just around the corner. I cannot believe 2022 is coming to an end in about a week and a half.
It's wild.
It feels
wild
like
stuff.
It literally still feels like we're still in 2020, but that is not the situation because Nashville is fully open right now, and it wasn't canceled. The event wasn't canceled, but they are having one of the largest New Year's Eve celebrations in the country, to the point where this is going to be the main feature for CBS.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Their normal the normal like New Year's stuff. Nashville is usually kind of a feature.
Yeah.
But glad to see that it is the star of this TV special for CBS.
Because NBC is usually New York City.
Right.
Correct?
They usually do the we're usually part of the Rockin' New Year's Eve thing, but we're with CBS this time. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And you know, Nashville, just a little history on New Year's Eve in Nashville. If you've been down to Broadway, you know how crowded Broadway is. Just on a weekend basis. Nashville used to do all of their New Year's celebration on Broadway.
But back in 2017?
They switched it there. I mean, it was so packed that it was like... if you've ever tried to squeeze out of a small opening like a cave, or just
getting the last little chunk of vegetables from a can.
Imagine if you tried to get the bottom green bean out of a green bean can, but all the others are still at the top. That's what it was like trying to get out of the New Year's Eve celebration when it was still on Broadway. Thankfully, like Stuart said, back in I think 2017, around that time, they ended up having the main event, the concert, the note drop, everything at Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. It was the best decision that the city has ever made.
Yes.
Because now the celebration can be spread out. It is still packed as sardines there.
Yes.
But at least you have a little more. You chose that with the concert, and it's more of a concert environment as well. So it's not like a bar atmosphere as much as Broadway is. But this is going to, like Stuart said, going to be the biggest year that Nashville is expecting for this. We're going to give you all the details for that. We've got a lot of other New Year stuff coming later this week, but today we're starting off with what to expect for Nashville's Big Bash.
Well, so we're just going to go ahead and throw up their website real quick, and we want to talk about CBS. According to a press release that came back out in August, over 5 million people were watching CBS in 2021. This was the first year CBS featured
for the
Nashville for the entire show. But which is crazy. That's a great number.
Yeah, that was in the midnight hour.
At the midnight hour, over 5 million people tuned into that. And I'm really intrigued on seeing what the New York City numbers were. It's probably... I don't know. It's maybe a little bit more, but whatever.
It could be.
What time is this happening on CBS? So it's starting at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
And then I believe they have their 10 p.m. news that they have to show at 10:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m.
So that's 9:30 p.m. Central Time, Nashville time,
to 12:30
Nashville time.
So this is going to be available on CBS and also on demand on Paramount Plus. The 5-hour television celebration will feature nearly 50 performances from locations across the city, including the main stage in Nashville's Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. I am so glad I am not the one doing logistics behind that and switching the cameras to the different locations.
A lot of stuff they pre-record.
Nashville. Oh, yeah, they pre-record most of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just really interesting. So if you are not coming to Nashville, but you want to watch it, CBS is going to be the best opportunity for that.
Yep.
Now, who is performing? Who's the headliners performing for this show?
So according to the visitmusiccity.com's lineup, we have Brooks and Dunn performing the headliner, which is really funny. I've known people who work for them, and apparently Brooks and Dunn just hate each other. And so, but they're still making the money. But they have a lot of hits. I'm kind of surprised Keith Urban's not doing this. He's done this every year for like the last 5 years.
He probably wanted to get back to Australia because he finally could.
Yeah. So Brooks and Dunn is going to be headlining this Brown band. Zach Brown band is going to be on the stage as well.
Wow.
Kelsey Ballerini, she's going to be on this as well. And so this is going to be very cool. A good chance that all of these performers will be on there at the same time performing something. Always a chance when you're in Nashville to see a lot of the stars who are not announced pop up on these performances, the smaller stages and the bigger stages. So you really don't know what could happen. That's kind of the Nashville thing, is you will probably see somebody pop on stage that is extremely famous
performing anyway.
Yeah, he may just be like, well, I'm usually here anyway at this time, so I thought I'd just show up.
My driver already brought me here.
Yeah,
because he's just accustomed to it for the last 4 years.
It's just my schedule.
Yeah. So this is happening at Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. Aaron, do you happen to remember the number from 2020? Ringing in the 2022 New Year, was it over 300,000 or 275,000?
I wish I could remember. I do not remember.
Some large number like that. I did go out on a limb a few months ago, and I said, I believe Nashville New Year celebration will be bigger than New York City within 10 years. And I think that's still going to be on the right track.
Yeah.
So
same.
You may be going to this and you're like, well, where do I go? Where are places to eat? How about if I break my my leg because it's raining?
You're jumping so hard.
Or you're jumping so hard. And historically, it's been raining on New Year's Eve night for a few years. So
that is a very safe prediction.
Yes.
For Nashville for New Year's Eve for it to be raining. 100. I'm not saying 100% chance, but
I'm saying 97% chance. We will have rain potentially on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But
it's a good old tradition.
They have a great map, so we'll just throw this up real quick. So basically, you're viewing the Tennessee State Capitol in the distance. I don't actually know if you can see the Tennessee State Capitol because of the way the music note is dropping, but that's where they're launching fireworks from. This is just a great map. Tells you all the food vendors or where the food trucks are, a lot of the first aid tents, and other things. Parking over there is always going to be an issue, but they have rideshare lanes. They're going to have WeGo buses, and then also the sheriff department will be offering the free rides as well. So I know that's a thing that they do every year.
Yes.
But a thing that caught my eye that I don't think I've seen this before. This is coming from Visit Music City. And this is the Music City Gold Circle that's happening inside of the Nashville Farmers Market.
Yeah, this is something that I haven't seen before. The party is already
sold out.
The party's already sold out. I mean, most things, and this is why, as we cover this stuff, either later this week or whenever we end up covering the New Year's stuff, like Nashville, the downtown events. For this, besides all the kind of private VIP rooms that are going to be offered in the honky tonks, those good chances that those are already all sold out. But we're going to be talking to you about what else is available because things like this are sold out. But it is a privately hosted event. It will feature indoor and outdoor accommodations with food and beverages, including an exclusive viewing area of the main stage performances.
That's cool.
Which is pretty cool. It'll have fireworks display, which is obviously typical. Every year, and the signature midnight music note drop.
But if this, and I assume this is going to happen next year, I just want to read, if you buy a ticket for this next year, even though it's sold out now, I guarantee you could probably find a ticket somewhere.
Yeah.
On some ticket selling app.
Sure. Scout for them.
But
scalp the tickets.
Interesting to me is flavorful cocktail snacks. So it's not signature cocktails.
Oh.
And then they also, when you get a ticket, you get a late night gourmet hot dog.
That's not bad. Honestly, it's not bad.
Yeah, so you get unlimited soda, water, coffee, and hot chocolate.
Sweet and savory taste provided by Craven Flavor.
Wow.
3 drink tickets per person, plus cash bar.
This is not bad at all.
Unlimited soda, complimentary champagne toast at midnight.
And you have indoor restrooms. You don't have to worry about the porta potties.
I mean, honestly, that's what people are paying for. That's what people are paying for.
And they're paying to get away from the rain.
And the crowd.
Yeah. So this is New Year's Eve in Nashville. Later this week, we'll be covering a little bit more things happening throughout Nashville. And also later this week, we'll talk about where to eat on New Year's Eve. Most of them may be sold out by the time we get to that, so just keep that in mind. So if you're coming to Nashville, book your thing now.
Yes, if you are coming to Nashville, or if you are a local and going to experience this, the Big Bash downtown? Are you going to Broadway? Are you going to Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park to see the concert? Let us know how you're experiencing it. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for listening to Nashville Daily.
To learn more about today's episode, visit NashvilleDailyPodcast.com. And to stay connected, head to our Discord and you can find the link at NashvilleDailyPodcast.com/connect. Nashville Daily is now offering tours. If you would like to take a tour of downtown Nashville, head to the link in the show notes or find out more details at NashvilleDailyPodcast.com.
Nashville Daily Podcast is an Explore.Nash production, copyright 2022.